Hello everyone, I am thrilled to share with you impact stories from our tutorial assistants who are involved in the Meru University of Science and Technology Responsible Computing Project. I welcome you to be in tune with us as we go through this journey with you. My name is Dr. Meru Modulo. I was the PI for this project. Welcome.
My name is Emase Eric Obo. I'm a lab technologist in Meru University of Science and Technology. Under responsible computing, I was a TA, that is a tutorial assistant.
My name is Nicholas Mutuma, a lab technologist at Meru University of Science and Technology. And in the Mozilla Computing Challenge project, I played the role of a tutorial assistant.
Thank you. My name is Onesimus Kimathi Kibete, computer lab technologist at the School of Computing and Informatics, Meru University. And in the responsible computing, I played the role of a tutorial assistant and the supervision of Mr. Dismas. And I had two groups, the IDS, the intrusion detection system, and the LMS, the learning management system.
David Mwangi Washira is my name. The role that I played in responsible computing was as a tutorial assistant for students, guiding them in their project. My role was to guide the students to come up with projects that were ethical, and also considering when you are using, for example, technology, you are supposed to look at the aspect of data privacy and also cybersecurity and also ethical responsible computing.
I'll take my role that it was a general role that involved day-to-day work with the students in their project development, and also making sure that they are at par with the requirements of the process of coming up with the systems, following all the steps. And also I had the role of assessment in terms of making sure that you assess them, their capabilities, their abilities, and making sure they achieve their objectives in terms of how the project was planned.
My role as a TA was basically to guide the student and evaluate them in their project.
The role I played as a tutorial assistant under this project, I gave guidance to students in their project. Also, we were monitoring their projects and evaluating them according to the performance they did. So mostly we were trying to give them guidance on what they should be doing, and we are also instincting ethics on the work that they were doing. So we are ensuring that as they are developing their projects, they are following responsible computing principles and values.
Basically, the main objective of a responsible computing project was to create a culture of ethical use of technology.
Through responsible computing project, the main objective of responsible computing project was to ensure that there is openness in terms of the coding the students were to develop. Also inclusivity, that in terms of computing, that we include each and every person, either disabled, young, old. They were supposed to be included in that particular project. Also, we were to ensure that there was security, and mostly people develop their code, but they mostly leave out the fact of computer security. That's why even this project, we focused on computer forensic and security students to ensure that there is security obtained muchly in development of the project.
The main objective of responsible computing under Mozilla was to guide the students to come up with a project that envision ethical aspects, and also when, for example, using the technology, they are able to avoid plagiarism, and also avoid acknowledging the lighters of those projects, or when they are, for example, doing the referencing, doing the acknowledgement of those citations.
The main objectives were making sure that the student projects were achieved, and this included making sure attributes like collaboration, teamwork, all the virtues that follow the responsible computing project were achieved. Initially, there was the issue of synchronization. The students were not in sync with one another, in sync with the systems that they are supposed to develop. They were not able to actually be at par with one another in terms of what they were supposed to achieve in the system, through the systems. But we were able to bring them back to line. We were able even to encourage them in terms of how they should gather their data, how they should carry up their project, the follow-up of things, how they are supposed to follow the processes of system development. And at the end, they achieved. So I feel that apart from that confusion in the first stages, they were able to come up and bring the project to life.
My memorable moment when, for example, I saw the students collaborating, working as a team, and also when I saw, for example, students, when it comes to showcasing their projects, they were confident, and also they improved in their teamwork, and also, for example, when it comes to forming the groups, they were able to include different tribes, and also for example, include different genders. So this improved the student when it came to contributing towards their project.
Basically, some of the most memorable moments was when I was able to see the improvement that students made in their project. As we began the project, they had so many issues that were challenging them, but after chipping in and guiding them through the project, they were able to deliver a good project.
The memorable moment I can tell is from the experience I had with the students. There's a way that those students, the groups that we handled, they did solve conflicts. There's a certain group that majorly we thought that they may end up failing, but afterwards, after some guidance and what they truly portrayed at the end of the project was so marvelous to an extent that it was so marvelous that we were so happy to have handled such kind of a group there. So what I can tell is that the way the teamwork and conflict resolutions that we instincted into the students and how they handled themselves was so very memorable, and we really were happy about it.
The responsible computing has impacted the students because, for example, when the students began their projects, they had many conflicts. For example, they were not able to work as a team. But as we continued guiding them and also, for example, giving them the guidance on how to come up with their project, they were able to have confidence and also to work together as a team, and also they were able to use different, for example, there are those students that were they were, when it comes to knowledge, they were better than the others. For example, when it comes to, for example, sharing of the knowledge. So these students that were fearful, they were able to work with other students who had confidence. And when it comes now to presentation, those that were fearful, they were able to have confidence during the presentation or showcasing their project.
I can say it had a very big impact from the individual students on their own, because we knew them from the start, and we were able to see their growth in terms of confidence, in terms of presentation, in terms of ethical approaches in developing the projects, and they were able to bring up now like responsible project developers, responsible project managers, and we were happy about it.
As from the objectives and the principles of Responsible Computing Challenge, we have seen that mostly as we began the project, the teamwork spirit among students was really, there was no teamwork. And after some guidance, I think these students develop a teamwork spirit that they enable them to complete this project. Two, we can see also there is conflict resolution process, and once when at the beginning the students were suffering in terms of some conflicts within themselves. So after some guidance, I see, and we came up to find out that these students could handle themselves and solve their problems accordingly. Also, in terms of the development process, some of these students find out that they had lesser skills that were entailed, and the skill that was needed to complete this particular project. But through teamwork, whereby they scooped one skill from this other person, the other from this other person, through teamwork and collaboration, these students attained and developed a very good project. So I can tell you that these students, their skills in terms of development process, the teamwork improved so very, very much.
Basically, the student, the project has assisted the student a lot. They have learned conflict resolution skills. They have learned teamwork. They have learned to collaborate with one another, and they have working as a team and working in the group project. It has impacted them with skills that they can use in future in other projects. Actually, from a session we had with the student, they confessed that their relationship with one another has improved. They said that as a class, before the project, majority of them had not interacted with one another. But after doing this project together, their personal relationships improved, and they were able to engage at a more personal level with one another.
Yes, it is true. The behavior of the student changed, because I've said that they were able to work as a team. They were also able to relate together with the staff, which, for example, due to the fear of the lecturers and also the student-staff relationship was not that good. But after the responsible computing workshop and meetings, they were able now to work with the students as peers, and also they were able to work with the staff.
Yes, there are a lot of them. Like I've said before, at a personal level, the students were able to grow from fear. They are able to overcome those fears. They are able to maybe come against the fears of maybe presenting. They were able to collaborate with one another. They were able to come up with their own internal conflict resolution mechanisms. They were able to come up with reports of what they were doing step by step, and it had a great impact.
Yes. We noted that the attitude of the student towards their learning, for instance, at the beginning when we started the project, most of the students even wanted to defer the semester because of the pressure they were in. Mostly because we were including both classwork and the project at the same particular time. So when the pressure accumulated so much, the students the whole class almost deferred. But after some guidance and the process we were taking them through, they came up with some good change of attitude and a positive attitude towards the responsible computing project, whereby most of them at the end of it, they were so happy to, and most of them, as we can see, they evaluated that through this project, they have gained so much skills and knowledge that they can be using to, also they can use it to impact other students. Other than that, the attitude particularly towards computing really changed. So as we began this project, that is that's earlier September, what I can tell you is from the workshops we had with these students, and also from the knowledge and the guidance we gave them, I can tell you that this project will mostly will impact the students and will impact the general environment, and we can do this through awareness. Also by ensuring that after educating one of them or two on about responsible coding, on about responsible computing, we also ensure that this information is shared up widely, not only in Meru University, but some of the other universities, that is, we had also came in this particular project. So through sharing of information, we can ensure that there is awareness of responsible computing all over Kenya and the world at large.
We've engaged other institutions like Kenya Methodist University and Chuka University, and we've tried to share the knowledge on responsible computing with them. And so I think this has enabled the message of responsible computing to spread beyond Meru University. And I think this is a positive change in that the project has achieved.
This comes as an wholesome thing. I can say through the workshops that we did, they were able to bring in people from outside and talk to the students, and also they were able to interact with the students through the lecturers themselves. We were able, as the technologists, to interact with the students so that we can guide them and make sure that as they graduate, we have a lot that is mature enough, responsible enough, ethical enough to bring up projects. As our alumni, we will be proud of our students because we know through this project they have been able to achieve such a good student.
I have said that this responsible computing, it has improved when it comes, for example, to acknowledging the referencing of the people who have written different projects, and also it has improved the data privacy. When, for example, you are doing the acknowledging, when you are acknowledging the other documentation of other people, it has improved the citations, and also it improved the student when it came to presentation skills, and also it also improved the relationship between the student. We are able to measure the student's performance through different metrics, that is peer-to-peer evaluation. And we are able to come up with meetings where the students they were presenting or showcasing their projects, and also through that we are able to interview these students, asking them questions about those projects, and through that we were able to evaluate the students, and also through that they improved or enhanced their confidence when it comes to presentation skills.
We had metrics that we used to evaluate students with, and one of them was a peer review, whereby even students themselves, they evaluated one another on how they performed in the project. And this gave us generally an overview of their performance in the project.
Apart from the normal metrics of measuring the performance of the students, they were the notable ones. Like, there are some even who are unable to explain a point in front of others from the beginning. But at the end, you meet that is the person that did the presentation. In one, they were able to come up with their own personal confidence. They were able to interact with one another and bring in the expertise of one another. They were able to share. They were able to also build the morale of one another. They were able to realize the achievements. It's not a personal achievement, it is a group achievement. So through that and other formal ways that we use, the peer-to-peer, they were able to assess one another. We were able also to assess them as the TAs, and also in terms of what they are supposed to, the lecturers themselves, they were able to evaluate them in terms of now the presentations they were doing and all that.
So the impact of our assistance in the project, we measured it through the use of also peer-to-peer evaluation. We ensure that these students could evaluate themselves on their performance of what they have done in the project. Also, we did evaluate the students in terms of their performance, in terms of their coding, in terms of their communication skills. So through these evaluations, it was like a test whereby we gave them oral text and answer, that is one-to-one answering of questions, and also how they presented their projects. We evaluated this and came up with conclusive marks, whether they have passed in general from point A to B, or if you are supposed to, if a group that hasn't attained these particular objectives, we could also give them some time to redo their work. So through these evaluations, I can tell you, we saw the really impact of responsible computing.
I can say when it comes to responsible computing, the sky is the limit, because the scope of the project is so wide, and we can go beyond our university and beyond the courses that we offer in the School of Computing and Informatics to reach every student in every Kenyan university. And I think the role that TA can play in this project is guiding the student in their project and helping to culminate a culture of ethical use of technology.
About the project on its own, I believe generally the project is a miracle, because it came through in a way that, comparing the previous students that were unable to, that were not involved in the project, and the ones that we had, there is a big difference. So I believe the project came in to help the students realize the responsible part, because that is the main point, that we are the keyword, being responsible, ethically. They were able to come up with projects that were able to come up with solutions for the society on its own. And also they were able to exploit their own understanding in terms of the project development is involved.
I can envision the future of responsible computing to be a future that is so bright, and a future that we can go far if we really instinct these resources to, for instance, the work we did in a particular course, that is one course out of the large School of Computing and Informatics, whereby we have several courses. So for this responsible computing to have a future and a brighter, we need to include all these. We need to include all these courses, so that not only the forensic students who have attained the knowledge, but we want also the people who are doing BBIT, the people who are doing computer science, so that through instincting these same skills and knowledge unto them, then these students, once they attain their degree here in Meru University, they will end up spreading out the good culture of computing, the good culture of responsible computing out there. And as a TA, through the guidance I gave these students, I can tell you that I will continue doing that, because mostly at the lab there we interact with the students. And since I have gained knowledge through responsible computing workshops, I can tell you that once I interact with these students who will be consulting me about their coding and their projects over time, it will be nice that I'll be sharing this knowledge with them, and through this, responsible computing will be channeled through them, and it will be spreading all over the world. So the vision of responsible computing will be nice, and mostly we need to include each and everyone under this to these projects.
I envision responsible computing as something that has come to enhance, for example, research and also technology use. And through that, we are able now to see students coming up with different projects that are solving the real problems. And also, through that, we are able now to see the students being able to work together as a team, so that they can be able to solve those problems, because you cannot be able to solve the real problems as an individual, but in this collaboration or working together through learning ethical ways of solving those problems, they can be able to deliver a lot of projects as a team.
The role, as I have stated before there, when you asked me the role of a TA, I have stated earlier, that is providing guidance and evaluation of the students. Through this, especially let me use the Meru University environment, whereby we have got very great coders in here, we have got very great communicators, we have very great computer science students in here. Some of them lacked that knowledge, some of them lacked that responsibleness. That's why some of us here, some of our organizations, I can quote back then, whereby some of the university was hacked, and it was so tough for them to reclaim back their system. So what I can try to say is, through responsible computing, whereby we guide the students on how to be responsible, such kind of instances out there won't be happening. Since a student, after attaining his degree, will go out here with the knowledge that he or she has to be responsible out there in terms of coding, in terms of each and every activity that they'll be doing. So I think the role of TA has done so much on changing the attitude of these students towards their own courses, change the attitude of these students towards what they'll be doing out there.
By guiding students on ethical use of technology, and by guiding them on what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do, I think I played a key role in fostering responsible computing.
Initially, I said my role was supporting, supervisory, and in reference to that, maybe I can add the morale, the motivation of the students, the records. We are able to monitor their records, the project documentations. We are able to follow up what they were doing, so that at least we walked a journey with them. So it is a role that I feel more impacted, and more in future projects we will be able to walk a better journey with them, in terms of maybe guiding them at making sure they achieve their stages of the project development, they attain to the objectives.
As a tutorial assistant, I was able to guide the students on different aspects when it comes to showcasing their projects. For example, I was able to show them how to use different software when it comes to referencing, and also doing referencing either manually or using the software. That is one. Two, I was able to assist the student on how to collaborate and work as a team so that they can be able to deliver, because during the presentation, there are some gaps. They had some gaps, so we were able as a tutorial assistant to help them to fill those gaps, and also to be able to have a deliverable project at the end of the day. My parting shot is that I want to thank the Mozilla because of supporting us as tutorial assistant. I want to thank the Mozilla for giving us support and sponsorship in helping the student to come up with a responsible project. And also I want to thank the Mozilla because of engaging the student in the field of responsible computing, the ethical use of technology, and also helping them because technology is dynamic, and because it is keep on changing, how to use this technology in order to come with good projects. Thank you.
Finally, I would wish to thank the institution for involving me in the projects, and through this I have also learned a lot. I have also confirmed my skills. I have also interacted with the students, and I believe it's a blessing to the students and to us and to the institution. So I appreciate each and everything that the project has done, and we believe through this and many other projects that comes in, we will be able to impact more for our students.
I want to thank the sponsors of this project, and I want to encourage them to continue doing the same, and we are looking forward to working with them again if they would give us a chance to continue doing the same. Thank you.
I would love to really thank Mozilla, also, and to thank Dr. Madulo, Mr. Irungu, and Dr. Chege. These are the pioneers who brought about this project onto this Meru University. You know, Kenya has got very many universities, but Meru being a pioneering one to be doing this responsible computing challenge, it's such a wonderful opportunity that I really give them kudos, so that they should also fight for it to be spread widely to all these other courses. Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. That was our impact stories shared by our tutorial assistant. This is a project that was sponsored by Mozilla, the Responsible Computing Project. Stay tuned.